Good morning to one and all. This is Dr. P. Lavanya, working as Associate Professor in MBA Department in IARE College. Today's topic related to oligopoly market. From the last sessions, we have seen the different types of market structures relating to the market structure of perfect and imperfect market structure. And we come across the imperfect market structure where it consisting of monopolistic and oligopoly and duopoly. So this is a third situation of the market structure in imperfect markets. So we see that what is this oligopoly market structure with the definition, key points, nature, and also what are the various factors or the determinants of oligopoly, and at the same way the price and output determination in case of oligopoly with examples. So now we comes this market structure, we'll call it oligopoly. So oligo in the sense we'll call like a few. So poly means sellers. So where a market structure consisting of few sellers, commonly we'll call it as an oligopoly. But when we refers to the definitions of a market structures regarding oligopoly, it's in economics, it refers to the market structure which comprising of multiple big companies that dominates a particular sector through restrictive trade practices such as collusion and also market sharing. Means in the economical point of view, when you comes under the market structures related to the production sector, so where we can identify the companies where they themselves will dominate a particular sector, means only few firms will be there. So they only the producers and they dominate the total market with the help of collusion. That means collusion means by decreasing the prices, we want to sell more amount of the goods and services, or maybe market sharing. So market sharing means in the sense 2 or 3 firms will share the total market, 30%, 40%, 50% they'll share, and these totally that big firms will sell the goods in the market. So in this way, in the economics, oligopoly it's a structure where the large companies shares, maybe 2 or 3 large companies or the few companies will shares the total demand of the market. So and at the same way, in the oligopolist want to maximize the profits while minimizing the market competition through non-pricing competition or product differentiation. How these 3 or 4 or a few firms will dominate the external market means they want to maximize, means they want to increase the profits, but they want to minimize the marketing competition, means competition to be less and profits to be more. So when 2, 3 or only few firms are there, they will share their market demand. So one will not collide with another. Maybe if 3 firms are there, 30%, 35%, 35%, the share of the market means total 100% market was shared between the 3 firms like 35, maybe other 30. Then one will not enter into the other product or the market. So in this manner, so non-price competition will be existed, and maybe with these people they will have a slight product differentiation is one of the important basic feature of these oligopolistic markets. So we see what are the things relating to this market structure. As we know that out of the 4 imperfect market structures, that is perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic, oligopoly is one of the important imperfect competition. So here the oligopolistic want to offer a comparable product or the services, means he himself want to produce or give a product or services which could be compared from one to another, and they control the prices rather than the market. Means always these people will be focused upon the goods and market prices. Why? Because already the total market will be shared between 3 or 4 persons. So they doesn't bother about the market demand. Just they will share the think of controlling the prices in that market. And they do so through collusion that resulted in high prices, that is fewer production or product choice for the consumers. Means where these people has been shared, sometimes they go for high-end pricing, where they decrease the production. Means when the production was decreased, automatically supply decreases, the demand will increases. Or sometimes the product was chosen by the customer. Means conformly a sector of the customers will be there who want to purchase only that product of the market. Then conformly they will go to that product only. So like that, here the choice of the customer is also one of the important factor in case of defining these oligopoly. And it also encourages the existing brand to improve the product quality or originality by insisting the sense of rivalries. Means here this type of market, this is oligopolist market, will improve the means existing brand, means whatever the brand we are having, that will be improving the product quality. So at the same way, how it will improve the product quality in the sense, maybe the brand name or the brand external demand for that brand will be there. So if that brand is there, automatically people will purchase the product. Maybe we'll have in the shoe sector like Bata. So when you see the Bata shoes, they will say it is a good qualified chappals or the shoes. So some companies, Nike, so some companies are there where they are having the brand image. So in order to improve their brand image, they improve the quality of the production. Or sometimes they themselves will originally insult the sense of rivalries. Means they themselves will identify how the rivalries were taking place in the market, and they want to compensate their rivalries with their brand or improved quality of the product. So along with that, we see some of the key components, concepts relating to this oligopoly market structure. So here the oligopoly market structure, where we have a few or larger firms will be there. So means few firms will be there, and that few firms will also in a larger production collide and dominate a particular market segment. So as we know, these through collusion of the market sharing, market share, they will dominate the market segment. Due to minimize the competition, each of them influence the rest through their actions and decisions. Means here the minimum competition means whatever the few people will be there, they doesn't want to compete one with the another. So they want to try to minimize the competition. So when the competition minimize, independently they can sell their own product with a free price. Means whatever the price, they are the price givers, not takers. So in the oligopoly market, they will set their own price independently through to the minimum of the competition. So it will influence the rest by their actions and decisions. Means 3 or 4 firms are there, one increases the price, automatically other 2 firms are also want to influenced by the increase of the price, and they also increase their price of little bit. Means these fewer larger firms will, due to the lesser competition, influence one firm with the other. And another one is that this is the important one of the 4 market structures, and this will focus upon the non-price competition. Means here it's basically depends upon the competition should not be there. Means price competition will not be there. Only brand, quality, or maybe the sense of some features in the product. So based upon that products, we can say that that product is required. So here the price will not plays an important role for the product. Only it will focus upon the other unique features. Maybe what we said like brand or identifiability, or maybe sometimes these they will have the advertisement tactics. So already we know these type of sectors where we can find in case of noodle sector, that Maggi, top ramen, 3 or 4 or maybe maximum 4 to 5 are there. So where we know that Maggi is from first time in India introduced the noodles like a snacks or other for the tiffins for the children. So along with that, once when there is an allegation came upon the Maggi, so when the sales of the Maggi was decreased, it was taken opportunity for the top Roman and other brands of noodles, and they started advertising their product with a tactical nature, that saying that their products are good for health and all other. Means distinguishingly saying that Maggi is creating some sort of health hazards. So in this way, means some type of, they won't come out with the totally outlet the what they want to say, means hidden advertisement tactics. Here they will follow that one and they want to grasp the competition or maybe praise the competition between one and the another. And at the same way, here in this oligopoly marketing structure, we can identify that the companies, they themselves will raise the barriers to entry. Means there will not be any restrictions that anybody can come or anybody can go. But the companies what are there in the market, that is fewer larger companies will be there. Those companies will create some sort of barriers in the market, that it will not allow the other companies to do their work independently or maybe easily enter into the market. How these barriers are created means by making the price making power, means being larger companies, if they think that any new companies or the new type of people coming into the market in order to share the market demand, what they will do, they are the price making power is in their hand. They will decrease the price such that the other people, the outer who want to enter, will see only the normal profits, will not enter into the market. And sometimes they follows the tactics like non-price competition and also interdependence of the firm. Why? Because few firms will be there, one will be influenced or dependent by the other actions within the market. So one done one action and other will also follows the same. That is, interdependence between one and another will be there. So, and at the same way, the product differentiations are all oligopoly characteristics. As we know, these interdependence, non-price, product differentiation, and we can identify that we see this type of feature in case of a monopolistic market. Maybe the product satisfies the same want, but the features or the characteristic itself will be differentiated from one for another. So here, oligopoly market is having a distinct characteristic features. So based upon that, the company will raise the barriers or restrict other companies to enter into the market. And next, when you comes under, we can say that this oligopoly will have a dominant brands, or most of the products and services are having significantly decisions on behalf of the rest. Means they are the dominant firms. One firm will take decisions which will followed or maybe dependent by the other firms. And at the same way, the presence of small number of companies in the oligopoly market structure make it highly concentrated. Means small number of companies where will not be concentrated. Means they themselves will come together and form into one bigger company. And the more concentrations are marked and more likely to be oligopolistic. Means when they concentrated more, it will combine and forms into one big firm, and more oligopolistically they can turn. And at the same way, in this business, this market will collaborate to dominate the rest of the players and maximize the joint ventures. Means here, what I said, these small firms will, when lot of small firms are there, they will come and togetherly form into one large firm. So these dominating, this collaborating or joining one end with another will maximize this, means will increase the joint venture sectors and the profits will be distributed among all of them. So by looking this nature of this oligopoly, we can say that some common nature or the things will be identified. That is, they do not compete with each other. So main item what we can say, like in the nature of this oligopoly is they doesn't compete with each other. Why? Because here they'll share the market. So some part of the demand will be shared between one with 3 or 4 more firms. So that's why they won't compete. But instead of competition, they will collaborate, come together, such that the economies of the scales, what as we know, the economies of scales means advantages what we enjoy, the advantages what we enjoy in large scale production. Already we have known internal and external advantages. So they won't compete, but they will come together, collaborate together, or coordinately form into the one form in order to enjoy these advantages, that is economies of the scale and market demand and product differentiation. Means once they will enjoy the economies of the scale, the total market demand will be placed with that company or with those companies only. And with these capturing of the market demand itself, they will go for a product differentiation. Means with that only they will show the variation. Maybe some features, color, type, or maybe giving some other extra things. So in that way also, maybe one and the same, but they will go for showing the product differentiation. And also these oligopoly market will rely upon the free market forces, which having earning higher profits than competitive market. Means being the nature of the oligopoly itself is having the few sellers. So what happens there? Each will have their separate market share. So they are the freely to do whatever or whatever type of profits they can enjoy related to their shares. Why? Because due to the brand image or the brand existence, the customers will having or accepting that brand only. So by that these companies can enjoy higher profits than a competitive market. Means rather than competing one and another, they themselves with the market share enjoys the very good profits in the market. And in this nature, we can say that they reduce the production and increases the price. Means due to their share of the market will be separated, every company. So in that 30% share or the 40% share, whatever they can do the gimmicks. Means sometimes they reduce the production, means decreases their production, and slightly they want to increase the price in order to get the more profit. So this phenomena, whatever we have said in the first, like collusion. So means we ourselves will create artificial supply deficit, and we ourselves will increase the price. And these price collusion caused by the market transparency. Means here the markets will be transparent. So where we can identify that the price collusion will be taken perfectly. And like other factors which enables the oligopolist to raise their barriers was to market entering. Means they will rise, along with that they will rise their barriers. Means they doesn't make other new people or the new competitors to enter into the market. Maybe such means by keeping hazards, or maybe by providing barriers in case of higher capital requirement, or maybe in the legal obligations or consumer loyalty. Means here the barriers whatever these oligopoly firms will create, means will restrict other people or a new producer to enter into the market is they will show or like a boom saying that it requires higher amount of capital. So being a large firms can enhance that higher capital requirement. Little and small firms cannot afford that much of capital. Sometimes the legal, maybe government or the legal restrictions will avoid that non or some people should not come into this type of competition. Means government restrictions will be there. And another thing we can say like a barrier like consumer loyalty, means brand image. The consumer will have no, yes, this is a good, I purchase only that brand. Maybe some other brands comes also in the market. The consumer will have loyalty. He want only that one buy because he enjoyed that product, or maybe he was fascinated by the features of that product. So based upon that, what happens here? The consumer places his loyalty towards the product. So by these basic things, we can identify the oligopolistic nature. And the next, we can see these what are the characteristic features of these oligopoly market. So here we can identify that oligopoly is having five main characteristic features, maybe like price making power is one, differentiated products, maximize its revenue, interdependence of the firms, and higher barriers. So these are the characteristic features where we can see in detail. Next, first we comes about the higher barrier to entries. Already we have seen that oligopoly is a few larger firms which will restrict the other people to enter into the market. So thus limits the competition to only those already in the group. Means already who are existing in the market, those people will be limited in the competition. Newer people are not encouraged to come into the market. So these non-encouragement means the controlling of these newer producers into the market is due to the over specialized inputs such as resources, price, maybe we can say like production, and which creates very difficult for the new firms to attain all those inputs. Means rarer used inputs or rarer special production secret. Maybe in the production distribution pricing sector, maybe we can have a differentiation. So like these differentiation we can identify. Beside these, it will also creates a barrier. Why? Because oligopoly market, a larger firm is formed by coordinating or collaborating all smaller firms. Means that larger firms is having higher amount of capital. So licensing, patents from the government, we has to get the license, patents. Means a lot of restrictions will be there, and sometimes they enjoy the economies of the scale. Based upon that, they can decrease the price very less, and they limit their pricing, and they have their own brand. Based upon that brand image, they can go for customer loyalty and restrict the entry of the new businesses. So in this way, not only the one corner we can identify finance is one of the problems, resources is another problem, government restrictions will comes and another, and the consumer loyalty. So like these, the entry barriers has been restricted by these large firms for the newer to enter into the oligopoly. That's why we can't say it is a free entry and exit. And the next feature comes under these oligopoly is it relates to the price making power. So it is one of the common feature of the oligopoly market where the market players are influenced or enough to decide the own price of the product and services. And the rest of the businesses or the minor players follows the same. Means one who is very strong or the bigger part or a bigger share in the market, he himself will influence. He will be in a dominant market share or the market position. Then he will go for price taking. So what are the remaining firms, one or two firms or the three firms who are there in the market, they will always follow. So here price making power will be there within a greater or a strongest firm in the oligopoly. So its price making power by these large or the strong firm which help us to avoid the potential price wars and the price rigidity. Means when one says yes, this is the price to be fixed, and another producers or the limited production or the small scale producers who in the market or who will capture some share from the market, they automatically follows. They will not play any price wars or the competition between them also will not be there. So that's why pride will be sticky, means price will not be changed, rigid. Then automatically the rest of the firms will also follow the same price, producing the goods into the market. So by these, all firms sticks to that what has been decided. So therefore ensures this makes this larger or the dominant firm to give one price and provides the price stability in the oligopoly market structure. Next, interdependence of the firms means one firm will be dependent with the another firms. So because of the larger size and the minimal competition, each firm in the oligopoly market structure influences the another. Means one firm's decision will be influenced by the other. Why? Because one firm, maybe larger firms decides the price, automatically the other firms will also be decided. Yes. So here it includes means these interdependence for one firm to the another means one is depending upon the another will be influenced it including the decisions relating to the concentration of the markets, product price, quality standards and production planning. So here it's a quality standards or maybe means based upon the larger firms influenced factors and its planning capacity, the other firms will give the power to decide and all will be dependent upon that firm. And it also means that each firm must be aware of the reactions of other to their actions. Means every firm must and should identify what is going on, knowledge of their businesses, knowledge of their market share and reactions if one firm plans in this way relating to the price or quality standards, what they should react or what they should do should be known by the other firms. That means one firm will have influence or a factorial effect upon the decision made by the another firm. That's why we can call in the oligopoly market as an interdependence of one firm with the other. And next one we can say like differentiated products. So as we have said that maybe they satisfies the same want or need, but product differentiation will be there. So it is an important character feature which focus on improving the quality or offering benefits or unique branding sense. Means due to this differentiated quality of the product, so what will do the company people want to offer you in that quality only a different feature, different characteristic or maybe different varieties they want to produce. Why? Because internally they have the competition. Maybe large firms sets the prices and interdepend upon one and another, but they have to show their brand image. So that the brand uniqueness is required in the market. So that's why some product differentiation will be there. So when we have been thought of a product in company A and B, when we take two companies which are having company A and company B, where sometimes we can distinguish or sometimes we'll have the similar features. That's why what turned to be a unique selling proposition, that is USP of respective brands in the oligopoly industries. Means the unique selling feature or the differentiated product is one of the important thing to be identified in the brands of the oligopoly industry. And another characteristic feature we can say like non-price competition. Already we discussed that oligopoly market internally they won't compete with each other. The price will be set by the larger firm and other firms will be following their price. But they have a little bit of competition relating to the brand image, quality, internal features of the product or maybe offering some sort of discounts, providing sales promotions, schemes, sponsors. So in these matters, they will go for competition. But price is not at all a competitive feature. So they do these type of things strategically, means giving a tactical advertisement. So which they doesn't want to lose, or why? Because they want to go in a strategical way, means one and another will have the customer. They don't want to lose the customer that could prevent a war or the price war in the market. Means commonly we identified that every market price is a dominant one and plays an important role in competition. But here in the oligopoly, they don't want to go for price war. Other distinctive features they want to go for campaigning or they want to give advertisement and they want to show their differentiation of the product. So these are the some of the important characteristic features we can identify in the oligopoly market. So when I want to know about the core competencies of or the structure, the price or output determination and how these oligopoly market could be graphically represented means first we come across saying that kinky demand curve. Oligopoly itself is marked with a kinky demand curve. Means in case of oligopoly, as we know that market forces, non-price competition is there and innovative features will be there which will be relies upon the brand image, brand quality and they are identified uniquely. These qualities may be brand and other images. So they believe in making customers sticking to their brand based upon their core competences means every product will having its own special features, qualities and brands. So one will not be come and collide with the another. So they can lower the price to gain the more profit or maybe they can go for market share. So whatever they can do, despite having this market share, a small number of the firms causes oligopoly to get influenced by the other decisions such as price cuts and increases. Means maybe the total market was shared between a few people. So some segment will be there where the external producers always want to capture some sort of market share. So due to these, we can see that the price cuts and the increases means increase and the decrease, the fluctuation in the price could be identified. While identifying these how these oligopoly market react to the changes of one firm to be understand by the kinky demand curve means what is the type of, as we know the demand curve always for every market DD will slopes from top to down. But in case of these oligopoly market, we don't have a direct slope in the demand curve. It will provides a kink means a point where it will bend. This bending point bend we'll call it as a kink. So how these downward sloping kinky demand curve reflected, we'll see the reflections of this quantity and output against cost revenue performance. So the kinky demand curve you can identify in the figure as we'll take this price, cost and revenue on the y-axis and the quantity on the x-axis. Yes, sir. So where you can identify that downwards sloping of this curve, you got a kink here and after that it comes down. Means elasticity or sensitivity to the price increases. Means elasticity of the demand plays an important role in order to get an equilibrium position. Some decrease or some sort of a little bit decrease in the price is required in order to attain or in order to sell large amount of quantity. So where you can say that here the point at which upward sloping of this cost curve, it is a convex blend. We'll call it as means convexly it was blend here which you'll call like a kink. So these kink or marginal revenue here the sloping from marginal revenue resulted in this kink. So marginal cost and the cost of the production and the marginal revenue or based upon the y-axis where the changes will be taken place by the x-axis. So we can respectively we can identify that due to the little bit decrease in the price. So inelasticity demand, that is insensitivity to the price decrease means it will not react. Maybe a little bit of increasing in the price also, it won't react. The consumer will purchase whatever the quantity they require. So kink is a position where you are getting an equilibrium point such that here the market share or the collusion will be plays an important role in order to get this kinky demand curve, showing that inelasticity of the demand means irrespective of the change in the price, the customer will purchase the required quantity. Maybe it is an increase or the decrease of the price, which could be identified in the oligopoly market in a kinky demand. So these structure agrees that the rise prices but matches only price cuts and avoids the price rigidity means Due to this kinky demand or the having own market share, price wars will not be taken place. As a result of that, firm obligate to adhere the predetermined price and quantity because it want to maximize the revenue. So when these price wars are not there and they will have been already planned, production will be there. So based upon that, they will increase or the decrease the demand and to maximize their own profit. So when oligopolistic decreases the price to increase the output, other follows the path. Due to the no price wars or the competition, one decrease the price to increase output. Other companies will also slightly decrease the price and they will also increase the output. If an oligopolist is reduce output by increasing the means, he stops some supply in the market and increases the price. Other will also follow the same. So as this is done to capture the considerable market share, so which will minimum potential profit means which want to gain the minimum profits. So in this way you can identify these oligopoly market having a few sellers or the few producers who capturing the total markets, avoid internal competition and having the product differentiation. So for this you can see some of our live examples like we can see in the phone sector, that is Samsung and Nokia. These are the two big players in the market. When you see in case of Android phone industry started with Android 4, they both tried to capture the market. But they have been given advertisement relating to phone features or similarity or differentiated features, visuals, screen cards and all other. But they didn't talk about what is the price, means price lenient. They doesn't, these two companies doesn't compare their prices. They have given their own prices, but they themselves says that my having a good design and we came with a good pattern or maybe visual technologies having some competent features. So in this way, in the smartphone sector, both came economically with a good type of brands. So we can identify in the market the Samsung and Nokia ensuring non-price competition, means these comes under this oligopoly which enhances the core competitions. And now also we can see the brand loyalty of smartphones. Once a customer is using or loyal to these smartphones, maybe Samsung or other, they want to purchase the same type of Android of Samsung or Nokia, but they doesn't want to move to the other brands. So here the customer's loyalty we can identify, and these two, when they introduce these Android phones, we can identify the oligopoly market. And another example we can say in case of these artificial intelligence services. Nowadays we are seeing AI services in each and every industry. So as technology was developing, every medical, maybe we used to identify like nursing homes, big hospitals, the receptionist or the caretakers or the AI is artificial intelligence, that is robots or taking. And in the financial industries or automobile, already some type of cars industry, we can rather than these car industry, that is AI, that is artificial intelligence, it is automatic driving cars with our voice rumor. So evolution of AI driven services was being given there. So some sort of services in the cars with giving in a voice, then they can automatically they will do their work. So these type of things are concentrated and diverted. So many companies are trying to capture these oligopoly market. So in short, we can say that AI in oligopoly sets a shape to the markets, means it will set that what to be there or what type of companies, that is a fewer companies who are producing a dominant and influencing business share or the supply the product to the market. So what they can go by restricting these price wars and all other, means by having these oligopoly market related to the some sector wise, we can identify that a good quality branded products will be exhibiting. So these are the two examples, live examples in the market where we can identify this oligopoly market. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.